Hello, baseball fans. Anthony with Bleacher Bum Sports Network. And we are back at the friendly confines. Start 23 of the 1969 Fergie Jenkins replay. And today, Fergie and the Cubs welcome the Phillies, led by the indomitable Dick Allen, into town. And Dick Allen actually won't be in the lineup today, but cheering hard from the bench, and I'm sure he'll get an opportunity to pinch hit. In this start, again, start 23. In real life, this game played on July 12th, 1969, and I actually have it here on the score sheet, 7-4 Phillies. That is incorrect. It was 7-4 Cubs. And at the time was Fergie's 12th win. Coming into this contest, in real life at this point, he was 11-6, had a 2.60 ERA. Innings pitched very close, 176 2/3 to 173 2/3. Substantially less hits in the replay, 141 in real life, 124. Bases on balls, a few more in real life. Strikeouts almost spot on. And home runs, 15 in real life, 10 in the replay. He also has a record of 16-4, a 1.97 ERA in the replay. And in terms of all games he has started, in real life at this point, the Cubbies were 14-8 in games that Fergie started, and in the replay thus far they are 17-5, which is a +3, which again, if we get to the end of the season and the Cubbies have made up ground on the Mets and overtaken them, we will take the Cubbies to the playoffs, which many people feel would have been just had they not collapsed down the home stretch. Starting lineups for the Phillies: Tony Taylor at third, Cookie Rojas at second, Larry Heisel in center, Rick Joseph at first, John Briggs in left field, Don Money at shortstop, Ron Stone in right, Mike Ryan behind the dish, and Rick Wise on the mound. Cubbies, a couple of changes to their standard lineup. Don Kessinger, as usual, leads off at short. Glenn Beckert at second, Sweet Swinging Billy Williams in right field. Ron Santo is the cleanup hitter at third base. Ernie Banks at first. Willie Smith gets a start in left field tonight. Randy Hundley behind the dish. Jim Qualls gets a rare start in center. And, of course, Fergie on the mound. So we are set. And let's play ball. So Fergie facing Tony Taylor. And first pitch, patient, 90, and that is going to be a ground ball down to Kessinger, 1 down. So a good start. And looking at this Phillies lineup, I think I've mentioned it when they've been in the replay before. 10 here is an in-play result to Cookie Rojas, and 97 will be a fly out to left field. They had a few players on this team that really would go on to play integral parts on teams in the American League in later dates, most specifically. Gentleman up now, Larry Heisel, who went on to be a star for the Brewers, and Don Money, who went with him, and Cookie Rojas at second went on to have some productive years at Kansas City. So 6, that's going to be tough, and 29, swing and a miss. Fergie, high heat, struck him out, so in order go the Phillies in the first inning. We head to the bottom of the frame, and the Cubs coming to bat. First up, Don Kessinger, who often smoked cigarettes during games, went back into the tunnel. 8 is a tough result, and 65 is going to be a ground ball down to second base. So Rojas takes care of Kessinger, 1 down. Glenn Beckert up. 7 will be in play, and 36, that's going to be a ground ball down to third. 5-3 on the put out there. Beckert heads back to the dugout. Sweet Swinging Billy Williams. Wheelhouse, a shot, and Williams gets all of it, but on a line drive and drives it into right field. Had a good cut, just couldn't get the loft on there, so a single and first hit of the ball game. Brings up cleanup hitter Ron Santo, and Santo going to have a defensive check. So again, using the fast action card for base running and defense results. It's going to be an error check on first base. And down there we have Rick Joseph, who is a 1. And that is going to be an error. So they're not very stellar start there, and it'll be a one base error. So, little two-out rally perhaps on the E3, as over to second goes Williams, Ron Santo at first base, and Mr. Cubby, Ernie Banks up to the plate. 11 going to be tough, however, 91, and that will be a ground ball down to short, so the rally goes by the wayside. One hit, no runs, one error, two left, and hitting to the top of the second, no score in this one, as Rick Joseph, he who committed the error in the first inning, leads it off. Tough result, and 92 will be a fly out to left field, one down. And normally Billy Williams territory, but Willie Smith out there tonight holds that in. Johnny Briggs up, and Briggs, it'll be a tough result. 73, however, will be a fly ball to center field. Coming in to take that is Jim Qualls, 2 out. And Don Magic Money up. 6 will be tough, and Money, it's going to be a fly ball to center field as well, so a busy inning for the outfield. 3 up, 3 down, again go the Phils. And Fergie, we've seen this several times in the replay. Starting out untouchable as Willie Smith leads off the second inning for the Cubbies. And tough result to Smith, and Smith grounds that down to second base. So Rojas takes care of the first out. Brings up Randy Hundley. Hundley has had some big games in this replay, several home runs. 7 will be an in-play result, not this time though. That's a fly ball to right field. And can of corn for Ron Stone out there. Jimmy Qualls up. And Qualls, another defensive check. And this one is going to be an error check on the third baseman, which is Tony Taylor. Tony Taylor is a 4. And Tony Taylor makes the play. Got a good glove, flashing leather at the hot corner. So Cubbies go 3 up, 3 down in the second. And looks like we're settling in for a pitcher's duel here, as Ron Stone leads it off for the Phils. And 6 tough, 96, fly ball to right field, 1 down. Mike Ryan up, and I actually did not get Rick Wise's hitting card, so I will do that now. All right, Mike Ryan, 7 is going to be in play, and 63 be a ground ball down to second base. So Becker to Banks, 2 down, and pitcher spot up, Rick Wise, a decent hitting pitcher. 7 in play, not this time though. It'll be a fly out to left field, Willie Smith. So Fergie perfect through 3, and we head to the bottom of the third inning. No score in this one, and Fergie will lead it off. Fergie throughout this replay has helped his own cause considerably several times. And 9 will be patient. Again, not this time though, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. So back to the top of the order as Larry Heisel puts that one away. Don Kessinger up. And 8, that's going to be tough. 48 to Kess, and that's going to be a single right back up the middle. So Kessinger setting the table for Becker. 1 down, runner on first base. 7 in play, and Becker's going to keep it going. That's going to be a single. And blooped into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. So station to station go the Cubbies. Hits number 2 and 3 in this inning. And up comes Billy Williams. And Williams had a hot stick going in the replay lately. Tough, 82. And that is going to be a ground ball down to second base. 6. And that is within the double play rating of both Wise and Billy Williams. So 4-6-3, and the threat ends just like that. 2 hits. No runs, no errors, 1 left, heading to the 4th inning. And throwing donuts in this one, 0-0. Tony Taylor, top of the order against Fergie. Fergie has been tough thus far. Ground ball down to Kessinger again. Same way Taylor started the ball game, 1 down. And first 10 in a row set down by Ferguson. 7's going to be in play. 33. Close, but no cigar as he grounds that to Banks. Ernie up with that himself. Steps on the bag. 2 down. Fergie has, earlier in this replay, taken a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Mets, I believe it was. I know it was against the Mets. I believe it was the 7th inning before he got touched finally. Tough result, 71. It's going to be another ground ball down to second base. Beckert up with it. And another easy inning for Fergie. First 12 in a row shut down. He is perfect. Heading into the bottom of the 4th inning, Ron Santo. And Rick Wise not matching him, but he has been perfect or kept the Cubs off the board, I should say. 87. It's going to be a ground ball down to short. So one more batter, and Wise will be through the heart of the order again. 4 in play result, and Ernie Banks drives a single into left field. So Mr. Cubby rounds the bag, trots back, gets a slap on the ass from first base coach as Willie Smith steps up. 5, another in play result, and Smith, it's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop, and Nat is going to be another double play, 6-4-3. So the twin killing. Rick Wise's best friend through 4 as we head to the 5th with Fergie flirting with perfection and no score in this one. Rick Joseph set to lead it off. 7 will be in play, and that's going to be a ground ball down to third base. Santo over to Banks, 1 down. Johnny Briggs up, another in play result, and perfection has come to an end as Briggs drives a single into right field. So a nice hand for Fergie. A little early, though, to be worried too much about the perfect game, but it will not happen now as Don Money steps in. And defensive check. 97 should be good. It's going to be an error check on Santo, who is a 3. 97 on the roll. Santo makes the play. And 11. Play is going to be to first base. So Briggs over to second. 5-3 on the putout and 2 down for Ron Stone. It'd be kind of ironic that Wise, who's been flirting with disaster all day, if Fergie's been tight, gives up the first run. Not going to happen here, though. He blows a slider past Ron Stone, frozen, swing and a miss. So the Phillies get their first hit, but still no runs. Heading to the bottom of the 5th inning, no score in this one, 0-0. Moving along briskly. And as Randy Hundley steps up for the Cubbies, 3, another defensive check. This is going to be bad due to the 0-1 roll, no matter what happens. And there'll be an error on the right fielder, and that will be Ron Stone. And Stone, doesn't matter what he is, 0-1 is going to be an error. And for the outfield check, it is... And actually, that will be a single +1. So, Hundley singles into right and moves to second base on the throwing error. And second error of the day for the Phils. So they are in business now. Jim Qualls up, a runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. And tough, 37. Can't get that past, and Qualls with a single. Maybe if I just flip these cards, I would stop turning them upside down. Qualls with a single, and that's a line drive into left field. The runner on second's going to score. So the first run of the game comes home. And the RBI single for Qualls in a rare start. So Fergie has his run, and the way he's been pitching, that might be all he needs in this one. 5 is going to be in play, 0-9, and Fergie again helps himself with the base hit. And Wise, his day might be coming to an end fairly quickly here. Single into the gap, a runner on second, a runner on first goes to second. So 3 hits to start the 5th inning for the Cubbies. And down in the bullpen for the Phils, they are going to get a little bit of insurance up as Turk Farrell and John Boozer begin to loosen up. Pitch to Kessinger, and that'll be in play. Kessinger It's going to be a pop, oh, no, ground ball down to third and 7. And again, there it is split, so we will roll on the 2D10, and that's going to be a double play. So over third goes Qualls, and erased is Fergie on the 5-4-3 twin killing. Cubbies with a runner at third, 2 outs for Glenn Beckert. Rick Wise kicks, delivers. Patient and 47 on the patient chart, and that is just going to miss getting hit by a pitch. Will be a fly ball to right field. The inning is over. But the Cubbies, 3 hits to open the inning, and they push the first run of the game across. We're through 5, 1-0 Cubbies, and Fergie, working on a one-hitter, faces Mike Ryan, 9, tough, 61. And that is going to be a ground ball down second base. So Beckert to Banks, the B&B connection, 1 down. Rick Wise is going to go ahead and hit. Wheelhouse to Wise, and it's going to be a single. 12, good hitting pitcher is Rick Wise, so helping himself. Back to the top of the order, Tony Taylor steps in. And Fergie, that'll be in play. 87 is a ground ball down to shortstop, however. And 7, that's going to be a double play. 6-4-3 as the Phillies get their second hit, but that base runner is quickly erased on the twin killing. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 1-0 Cubbies still. 7 will be in play. Sweet swinging Billy Williams connects, and it is a fly ball to right field. Nice and easy. Camping under that is Larry Heisel. Pulls it in. 1 out. Ron Santo up. Santo. Tough. And 84. It's going to be a ground ball down to short. 2 down. So money over to Joseph on that. And Ernie Banks steps up. Nobody on. 2 out. 7 in play. 33. And that is going to be a pop fly into foul territory. Circling under that is third baseman Tony Taylor. Puts it away. And after a rough 5th, Wise bounces back, sets the Cubbies down in order in the 6th. And we are already into the 7th inning. 1-0 Cubs. Phillies up. Cookie Rojas, tough, and 40. Cookie. It's going to be a ground ball down to Santo. 1 quick out. And Fergie kicks, delivers, patient, and that's going to be a walk. So Larry Heisel, first walk of the game given up by either pitcher. And not going to try and steal right now. Playing it close to the vest. Rick Joseph up, and in play Joseph, and Joseph with a double. He ropes that. And that's a line drive into the alley in center field. Runners advance 2. So 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, and the Phillies suddenly with a threat going. As Johnny Briggs steps in. Huntley goes out to talk to Fergie. They're on the same page. Fergie, tough, kicks, delivers, 84. It's going to be a ground ball down to second base, and that is going to get a run in. So we are tied on the 4-3 putout. As coming in to score is Joseph over to third. I'm sorry, Heisel and Joseph over the third. So the Phillies go ahead run now 90 feet away, and Fergie saw this come undone rather quickly. 90 and 40 on tough. Swing and miss. He comes back and fans Don Money. Inning is over, but the Phillies walk in a double. Push a run across, and we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time. We are knotted up at 1. And our 7th inning fun fact is brought to you today about a newly discovered beer I like a lot. Samuel Smith, imported from England, chocolate stout. Available at Total Wine if there's one near where you live. Not a big fan of dark beer, but this one has an excellent taste, so highly recommend that. And the Sam Smith fun fact of the game. The top 5 lifetime batting averages belong to Ty Cobb at 366, Rogers Hornsby at 358, Joe Jackson at 356, Ed Delahanty 346, and Tris Speaker at 345. Of those 5 players, all of them have had at least a 30-game hit streak in their careers, with the exception of one. And that single player who has not accomplished that feat out of those 5 would be none other than shoeless Joe Jackson, which as consistently as he hit, I found kind of surprising. But Ty Cobb, I believe, had 3 hit streaks of 30 or more, and everyone else on the list made it at least once. And Jackson, his best hit streak was in the 20s. So there you have it, the fun fact. Shoeless Joe Jackson, the only player amongst the top 5 in lifetime averages to never have a 30 or more game hit streak in his career. So Willie Smith steps in, and facing Rick Wise. Wise, he's good until the 8th inning. Boozer and Farrell are still in the bullpen ready to go. 6 going to be tough, and Willie Smith, swing and a miss, struck him out. As my good buddy Chris at Strat-o-matic, Delaware will say, swinging at the knee cheese. Randy Hundley up. 5, and that'll be in play. Fly ball to left field. Can of corn. 2 down as Jim Quall steps up, and Qualls, he has singled in the Cubbies' only run in this ball game. Patient result, and 8. That's going to be a 0-0. Never mind. I guess that means we have a rare result. And we are using the Glory Days Baseball rare play chart, just a little bit more robust. Nobody on base, 24. And Fan interferes with a foul ball by grabbing the left fielder's glove. Batter out. So there you go. F7, and Qualls retired on Fan interference. We're through 7, and scores tied 1-1 going into the 8th. Stepping up is Ron Stone in play, and it's going to be a fly ball to right field, 1 down. Pitcher spot is due up 3rd in this inning, so if Ryan gets on, definitely have a pinch hitter. Tough. And 26, swing and a miss. Fergie blasts in a high fastball. Ryan can't catch up with that, 2 down. Wise's point of fatigue is 8, so they're going to go ahead and pull him. So he started okay, had a couple of rough patches in the middle innings. He goes 7 innings, gives up 7 hits, 1 run. It is earned. In terms of walks and strikeouts, no walks and only a single strikeout. And Turk Farrell is going to be the new pitcher for the Phillies. And of course, Farrell, who had a son play in the major leagues as well, very eccentric. And the pinch hitter is going to be none other than Dangerous Dickie Allen. So 2 down, and Allen steps to the plate. As advertised pregame, we knew he'd be in here, but not going to come through. Ground ball down to Santo. So Allen is no longer a threat to damage the Cubbies, and we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, still knotted up at 1. And Fergie is working on a 3-hitter. His fatigue rating is 9, and he can still continue to go on if he's only given up 2 runs or less. So he's going to stay and hit. Why not? Patient to Farrell, and 26. And Fergie, single. So he's going to start off the 8th inning with his 2nd hit of the ball game. He's had a couple of multi-hit ball games in this replay, so definitely helped his cause. I'm actually going to go back and figure his batting average when I'm done with this. So we head to the top of the order. It's going to be in play to Kessinger, and Kessinger fly ball to center field. Coming in to take that is Heisel, 1 down. Glenn Boom Boom Becker, and that's going to be an in-play result. 67, though, is going to be a fly ball to Heisel, so 2 outs. Second put out of the inning for Heisel. And apparently, Fergie Jenkins needs to hit closer to the top of the order. 5, that's going to be Patient. 68 to Sweet Swinging Billy Williams. And it'll be a ground ball down to shortstop. Taking care of that is Money. So the leadoff single by Fergie is wasted as we are through 8 and we are tied at 1 heading into the top of the 9th. Tony the Tiger Taylor leads it off. Here comes a pitch for Fergie. Tough. Swing and a miss. Blows it by him. So Fergie showing no signs of getting tired anytime soon. Starts the 9th with a strikeout and Cookie Rojas. 5, Patient, 72. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Coming in to get that basket catch is Jim Qualls, 2 down. So extra innings loom large. The curse of Al Red Sox fan. And tough result to Larry Heisel, 47, and he's going to blow that fastball past him. Jams it in on the hands. 2 strikeouts here in the 9th. So this is it. Bottom of the 9th inning. We are tied at 1. Turk Farrell still on the hill for the Phillies. Ron Santo to lead it off. And 6 be tough, 77. And that'll be a fly out to center field to Heisel. So Larry has been busy out there the last couple of innings. Mr. Cubby, Ernie Banks, we're going to see extra innings. It appears so. In play, though, and a roll of 7, and Ernie, it's going to be a single back up the middle. So the fans come to life as the organ music plays. Cubs a little bit of rally here. Ballpark, and 20 is Wheelhouse. Willie Smith, 56 or less, and this one is over, and it is single. The tension was building, a loud crack, but that is going to be a soft blooper into short right field, and runner on first will only advance a single base. So he had his pitch right in the wheelhouse, and he could not get around on it, just missed it. But gives Randy Hundley a chance to be a hero again, as he has been multiple times through this. And in play, 61, that'll be a fly ball to right field, runners hold, 2 down. So it comes down to Jim Qualls. 6 is tough, and 11 is strikeout. So Qualls falls flat. And we are through 9. We're heading to free baseball, folks. We are tied at 1 as we go to the top of the 10th. Fergie's going to stay on the hill. This will be his last inning, of course, as Don Notabart starts to loosen up in the Cubbies bullpen. 6 tough, 74, and fly ball to center field, 1 down. Johnny Briggs up. Briggs. Tough result again. That'll be a fly ball to right field. So they're getting up in the air, but not deep. 2 down for Don Money. And another tough result, 74. That's going to be another fly ball to center field. So coming in to put that away again is Qualls. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for Fergie, and he will be retired. An impressive performance for Jenkins, though. He will not get the decision in this. Well, he could get the decision if the Cubs walk off. I should refrain from saying otherwise. He goes 10 innings, though, gives up 3 hits, a single run, walks 1, and strikes out 5, 6 strikeouts. So he stands to win it if the Cubbies can push across a game winner, and they are going to send it is going to be the left-hander Oscar Gamble to pinch hit for Fergie. And Turk Farrell, he is still out there. He does have a long fatigue, but this is going to be his last inning regardless. And Coming in next, if the Cubbies do not win this, will be John Boozer. So here we go, bottom of the 10th, crowd on their feet. 6, Tough, and 31, Oscar Gamble, swing and a miss. So Farrell sets Gamble down, back to the top of the order for Don Kessinger. The Marlboro man steps in. Kessinger on the day, he is 1 for 4, hit into a double play and singled. 8 going to be in play, 42, and that is going to be a ground ball down to first base. So 3 unassisted on the putout as Glenn Beckert steps up. And Beckert in play, 79, and that's going to be a ground ball down to short. So 3 up, 3 down go the Cubbies, and Farrell in relief of Wise. He goes 3 innings, gives up 3 hits, collects a couple of strikeouts, no runs, no walks. And John Boozer will be next up for the Phillies. So Dangerous Don Money, pitcher spot up 3rd in this inning. I'm sorry, Money is out. It was Ron Stone. Stone, Ryan, and a pinch hitter. Here we go, top of the 11th inning. And 4 from Not-a-Bart Ballpark, and 58 to the left-handed batter. That'll be in play, fortunately. And Stone with a 20, though, and that's going to be a single. So the Phillies have a little something going here in the top of the 11th as Mike Ryan steps in. And they are going to get crazy and go hit and run. Here comes a pitch. Stone is running, and 97. Holy crap, home run. If home run range is 1 to 50 or higher, else deep fly. And Ryan, deep fly to center field. The Cubbies dodge a bullet. Wowzer. So pinch hitter, and it's going to be Darren Johnson. Actually, it's going to be Johnny Callison. Callison will hit for Turk Farrell. So 1 down, runner on first base. Phillies trying to make something happen here. It's going to be an in-play result, 15, and that's going to be a single by Callison. So Callison comes through, and it is a ball blooped into right field. Runner on first advances 2 bases, and a little bit of trouble here. Up in the Cubbies bullpen is Phil Regan, and Not-a-Bart has to face at least 2 more batters, however. So Callison gets the job done. Back to the top of the order. Tony Taylor up. Potential winning run, 90 feet away, only 1 down, and that'll be in play, 38. And 38 is a ground ball down to first base, 8. And that is, actually, that's over both double play ranges. So that is going to get the runners advanced. So coming home from third base is Stone. Going to second base is Callison, and a 3 unassisted by Tony Taylor is going to drive in a run. So, shame that Fergie, again, will get the no decision in this one, but the Cubs, he had the Phillies in check most of the game. Not-a-Bart tough, and 49 to Rojas. It's going to get the inning over, a fly ball to right field, but the Phillies on a couple of hits and a timely ground out take the lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 11th inning. Sweet swinging Billy Williams, Ron Santo, and Ernie Banks, heat of the order, or heart of the order, heat, face John Boozer. Here we go, 8 and tough. Boozer, 51, and just missed by Williams, and that'll be a ground ball down to third base, 1 down. Ron Santo, he can tie this up with a single swing of the stick. 10 in play. Not going to happen here, though. Instead, it'll be a pop fly to third base. And putting that one away is Taylor. So the Cubbies down to their final out. And this has been an exciting game. 11 innings, and it's flown by 6, and that'll be in play 36, and that's going to be the ball game, folks. A ground ball back to the pitcher, and Boozer fields out, whips it over to first. 3 up, 3 down go the Cubbies, and this one is over in 11 innings. The Phils take this 2-1. They were outplayed by the Cubs throughout, but they got the key hits when they needed them. So your final line score, the Phillies 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. The Cubbies 1 run on 10 hits, no errors. And your star of the ball game, really for the Phillies, nobody offensively. We could give it to Tony Taylor with a game-winning ground out, but you don't normally give an 0 for 5 showing a player of the game. So we'll go with Turk Farrell. Farrell came on relieved-wise after 7 innings, pitched 3 innings of scoreless baseball, a couple of strikeouts, and he'll be the player of the game. Often happens in a pitcher's duel, so this was a fun one. And Fergie, again, gets no decision, excuse me. So he will stay at 16-4 for the season. His ERA of 1.97 is going to dip even lower as he went 10 innings. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. And Don Notabart gets the loss. Turk Farrell the win, and John Boozer the save. So that does it here from the friendly confines of Wrigley. Enjoy a beer in memory of Harry Carey, and have a great night. Keep rolling for the fences. Next up on the channel will be the Tottenham Hotspurs Soccer Blast replay, match number 9. And we'll get that up tomorrow or Saturday. Actually, I probably will do that one live. I record videos on my iPhone, which isn't ideal for live recording. I've done some live broadcasts, but I would prefer a different camera setup. So I think I'm going to go probably shop for a cheap little GoPro type camera to hook up to my laptop, and then start doing some more live broadcasts. Also coming up on the channel, ID Jester has started a series of interviews this week. He's got 2 in the can thus far. Got Ron Juckett with Retro Sports Network, a great channel, and Ron has a fascinating history, some really good life experiences from his time in the sports writing and broadcasting field. Al Red Sox fan stepped in for Clinton Parks yesterday, and they gave a stellar pinch hit performance interview. And we're actually going to be on with ID Jester a week from tonight. So check out his wonderful channel, as well as the aforementioned Retro Sports Network with Ron Juckett, Al Red Sox fans channel. Always a great variety of sports replays going on there. And Ron Juckett does his daily lunchtime replays. Clinton Parks as well, National Pastime 3. Other great friends of the channel, Tabletop Plus, Baseball Plus, The Earl and Earl Show, Strat-o-matic Delaware with Chris, and he just watched a video before I recorded this of some homemade APA football cards that he is showing off on the channel. Going to do a replay in advance of the Super Bowl, so check him out. Other friends of the channel, What's Blazing in Sports, a great channel for boxing talk, Higher Ground Gaming with Eric, and Baseball Demos with David, who is also going to be on the ID Gesture interview schedule. He is set to appear next Tuesday, so check that out as well. And as always, again, have a great night. And I think I said it already, but keep swinging for the fences, and we'll see ya.